Hello guys, hi, welcome back. I'm back again with another review of Xrepo. Now guys, this thing of black people and marriage is something that is very difficult. Yes, marriage is between the two people and in-laws should stay far away as possible. So in today's video we meet a man called Umbegeni. So Umbegeni is having a dispute with his in-laws. He lost his wife through a car accident. It is said that him and his wife were in a process of getting divorced, but one thing that we know for sure is that they were currently separated at the time of his wife's death. So this means that Begeni was living in a different house and his wife was living in a different house. One thing that I got from this episode is that his wife indeed was a breadwinner. She was the provider. Okay, apparently she had 6 cars and she also bought a house in Orange Farm where they were staying in. Begeni also highlighted to us that he got married to his wife. It was a white ceremony and a perfect wedding, or our perfect wedding was featured on their wedding. So it was just one of those beautiful wedding ceremonies that ended badly, that ended horribly. And obviously, if you ask me, I just feel sorry that they are now in this position. Now, because we are black, okay, because we are black, we have this saying of lobola. So he did also pay lobola. So now the big issue here is that his wife is no more. His wife is deceased. So he does say that he had no control over his wife's estate as soon as his wife left this world, because the Mama Zala was now in control. The mother of his wife was now in control. So he has written to X and he has asked that he needs to get a car. Okay, there are 2 cars and he needs those 2 cars back, which I feel like it's unfair considering that he's a man. So listen to the story. Apparently the wife has 6 cars, right? Out of 6 cars, he has 3 already. He has 3 that he's keeping with him. And the mother of his wife is currently using 2. And also they are staying in the house that was bought by his late wife, right? He does say to X that he does not want the house because the house he wanna leave it for the children. It appears that his wife had a child in her previous relationship before they got married, right? So she had a child in her previous relationship way before she even met this man and before they even got married. So I think he kind of acknowledges that simply because his wife had a child before they got married, so therefore he must leave the house for the child. However, he wants all the cars. He wants all the cars. Honestly, guys, in a situation like this, if maybe this guy, he was a woman and she's fighting her in-laws, wanting things that belong to her late husband, simply because it's a woman, I would have supported her. But because it's a man, guys, I do not support a man. You know, as a man, you must respect yourself. You must have something that is called isidima, dignity. Okay, I think we all know and understand that men should always and forever hustle for themselves. Okay, if your wife is deceased and somehow you happen not to get along with your in-laws, have istima, man, ibane dignity, have dignity and go hustle for yourself. You know, believe that a man should hustle for himself. Therefore say, you know what, I am gonna go and hustle for myself. Because when it's got into confrontation, it's got really bad and really ugly how this man and his Mama Zala were confronting each other. So, in the confrontation, you know, the Mama Zala, the mother of the late wife, does say that, listen, she has been staying with the children of her late daughter. She is still mourning, you know, as a mom. And it seems like she strongly suspects that this man had something to do with her daughter's passing, which is very much unfair because we were told that the daughter died on a car accident. It happens, guys, it happens. Okay, people do lose their lives in the car accident, or rather in the car, right? And so as soon as she finds out that this man is here to claim the cars of her daughter, you know, she lost her mind. She's like, you are a man, you should work for yourself. She started accusing him that his whole life he has never wanted to work. He has never been able to hold a job. All his life he has been living off her daughter. And she does say that the reason that him and her daughter were getting divorced is simply because that he was cheating around. Even in church he cheated. You know, the things that she was saying were irrelevant. It does not matter whether this man has been cheating or has not been cheating. It does not matter whether this man has been a good husband to your daughter or not. What matters is that this man and your daughter were married in community of property, and that's the only thing that the court of law cares about. And honestly speaking, I also did not know much about getting married. You know, I honestly thought getting married is just one beautiful day that every woman dreams about. You're gonna walk down the aisle, everything is gonna be fine. But we all know, I think now most of us knows that most marriages ends in divorce. Most marriages end in a very horrible disputes where people are fighting over things. And I think it's wise as Black people to now further on educate ourselves about this marriage contracts, because a marriage is a contract, guys, that is binding forever and forever. And it's only fair to educate yourself. Okay, know what kind of a marriage do you want. Do you want a prenup marriage, or do you want a community of property marriage? Write a will also, guys. A will is important. If this woman was a breadwinner, all this could have been avoided only if she knew and understand that life is too short. Okay, no one knows tomorrow. I am here today talking about this video. Who knows that tomorrow I will still be alive to make another video? No one. So it is important that when you have estates, any kind of, when you are in a marriage, write a will, protect your children as much as you can. Okay, and if you feel like your husband has been a good person to you, or even if you feel like your wife has been a good person to you, include your wife in your will. But if you definitely feel from the bottom of your heart that your wife has not been a good person to you, or rather your husband, therefore they do not deserve to be in your will, according to you, there is nothing wrong. But people should not be fighting like this. Guys, as Black people, let's normalize paying our lawyers to manage our estates. Let's normalize it, because now I feel like he was being unfair. I know that I'm probably biased, but I feel like he was being unfair, considering the fact that his last child, who is barely 6 years as we are told, is living with the grandmother. The grandmother is taking care of the last child. The grandmother is taking the child to school. He has not contributed anything toward the child for 7 months. 7 months, ever since they buried the mother, he has not been able to contribute anything financially towards his own child. He comes here and he claims for cars, this and that, and he goes as far as saying that no, he's not bothered by the child right now. The child is gonna deal with the child later on. And I'm like so hurt. You know, what kind of a parent, what kind of a father, what kind of a parent would prioritize material things, cars, houses, and not prioritize the well-being of your own child, not prioritize how you like? This just tells you that as Black people, we are toxic to the last level, because there is no way a normal person in their rightful, senseful of mind would rather prioritize material things instead of prioritizing the well-being of their own child. And honestly, it's one of the things that just triggered me. Like, I was triggered so much watching him explaining that no, the only thing that he cares about right now is to make sure that he gets his hands onto that car. Even though Ugogo Osiami was trying to explain that, no, listen, the car currently is not here. The car has broken down, is with Makenika. They were like, listen, if there is one thing that we are doing, we are going to Makenika and we are going to get that car. That car, we need it as soon as yesterday. The car is absolutely needed. No compromise and no questions asked about it. honestly, I was beyond being hurt. Like, I was beyond being hurt. Like, being hurt, I can't even explain that. Oh no, I was hurt. I was beyond it. I was livid. Okay, that's just how I felt. Like, this man, like, he honestly wanna be on TV, national TV, and tells us that he cares about material things more than his own child. So yes, guys, at the end of the day, you know how X rolls. He will say that he's following the law. He have letter of authority. He has to get half of his wife's estate, and it is what it is. And I feel like all this nyufu could have been avoided by a simple paper called will. Please, guys, I cannot stress this enough for all of us Black people, all of those who want to get married. Even if you're not planning to get married, as soon as you have a child and you know that you are trying to accumulate some things, estates and this and that, please make sure that you protect your young ones. It's only fair that your children benefits from your hard work, benefits the fruits of your hard labor, not just some man who was probably not good to you when you were alive. Let's do better. Let's do better. Let's do better, guys. Like, I feel like this video is just an awareness to most of us that we really need to do better and protect our children, because the fact that now this 6-year-old will not even have transports to take her to school simply because she have a very much selfish father who cares about material things more than he cares about her own child, you know, her own well-being of her own child, does not even care what the child is eating right now. Like, this is absurd. It's absurd, guys. Like, it's sickening to the stomach. I don't even know how to put it. At this point, I'm beyond being angry. Being angry, no. I'm beyond anger. He has worked on the bakkie, and mind you, he has eaten a 60,000 that this woman gave, right? He has eaten the 60,000, and he gets to keep the bakkie, and the bakkie is his, because apparently he's being owed money by this other woman simply because he has to pay for a storage money. I'm like, what is all this? This is madness. This is mad. How do you get to eat 60,000 and get to keep whatever that you promised to sell them? Like, how? Like, I'm in shambok of shockness, beyond his reasoning. Like, really, honestly, this is how you reason? So yes, guys, that was his reasoning beyond the whole thing that he's being owed money. The bakkie is his because he's the one who's being owed money. And he therefore says the bakkie was never working from the first day. And as soon as the bakkie returned here, the bakkie was not driving, the bakkie was not running. And therefore, that's why that he had to now use his own money. He says he has used a lot of money and trying to make sure that the bakkie is driving, right? So now he gets into a bit of an argument with X, because we know X for being X. You know, he goes into an argument with X. X is like, listen, you've been telling me a lot of lies, a lot of bullshitting me. And for that reason, no. I am not going to allow you to just come here and tell me bull, okay? To tell me bull. So therefore, I'm going to let the woman speak, okay? So they speak in Zulu, and he goes like, no, you have to speak in English. Child, he goes like, no. You have to speak in English, you know. It's a must. It has to be in English. English is a mandatory right now. And X is like, listen, I'm giving you a chance to tell me your side of the story. Clearly, you do not have a side of the story because you are here telling me lies. And he's like, no, there are parts that I've spent, very expensive parts that I've spent in selling this car. So this just make me wonder, what was his resting capacity? Guys, like, please, yo, the defeated Abelungu, like, white people are scammers at this point, because why like, how much did he wanted to gain over this bakkie? How much? Okay, he got paid 60,000. He fixed the bakkie as he should have. He should have fixed the bakkie before he even sold it in the first place. Okay, so that this poor woman who has spent her hard earned money on this bakkie will be happy about whatever the money was spent on. But no, the poor woman was never happy about whatever that the money was spent on, because the bakkie was not working. And now he goes like, no. So which makes me wonder, if ever he was able to sell the bakkie with 40,000, what was then going to happen? Was he gonna split the 40,000 into two and say, listen, I'm getting to keep the 20,000. I'm getting to keep the 20,000, and you're gonna keep the 20,000. Like, so all in all, the woman was gonna get what is due to her, which was gonna be 20,000, over her spending 60,000, which means this is a huge loss on her. She has legit lost 40,000. That's a great loss. That's a significant loss. And it's just, I'm just wondering, why would this Mlungu have such a reasoning capacity that it's okay? It is definitely okay for this black woman to lose 40,000. Like, will he or would he be okay with losing 40,000? Like anyway, police were called because he was resisting. He was just like, and this is the first time I've ever watched Xrepo show, and I saw someone who was resisting as this white man. He was resisting. He believed that it's his. Police has to be called, come and intervene. And when police were called, obviously they had to sit outside and they were not being shot, so they talked through over and over. So finally the police saw, hey man, this white person, what is his story? Because one, the woman have papers, she have papers to prove that indeed she did purchase the bakkie. The bakkie is hers lawfully. But surprisingly, I don't know which law is this Mlungu referring to, but he goes like, no, the bakkie is actually his lawfully, because it was stored in his garage for so many years, and therefore the bakkie is his, and that is his reasoning capacity. But then luckily the SAPS, sometimes we lose hope in the police system. But in the same around, they came in the right time and they intervened in a right way, because they did remind the white guy, which, no, I think you're overstepping and you're overreaching right now. This bakkie cannot be yours. At this moment, it just cannot be yours. It should be with umama here, she should be with her eats. She paid for it. She paid for it in a full. And he goes like, no, but she owes me storage money. The bakkie was stored here. And the woman goes like, this was never our agreement, even though the agreement was verbal, but it was never our agreement ever. We never ever agreed on the facts that I have to pay you this kind of money. Like, something that we never even agreed on. Is something that I don't know. It's something that is definitely news to me right now. Anyway, guys, long story short, with the help of the police, X managed to do his job, and definitely right, that statement was said, okay? That statement, we heard it. And indeed, the bakkie did went out and went to be delivered. Sana, I am so happy for this woman for some reason. Like 5 years, 5 years, 5 years. Do you all know 5 years? 5 years. No, that's a lot of time waiting for something that you've purchased with your hard-earned money. So the fact that X was able to come through for her, like, honestly, my heart was skipping at some point. Well, guys, they also got a chance to interview the mechanic, the one who charged them 5,000. I mean, he did say his side of the story. and I really did not hear it very well. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, but it just makes me wonder, does he still have a job within the same garage? Because it seemed like he was spilling the beans on his employees. Say, when X is gone, are you still gonna be employed? Are you still gonna have a job? Are you still gonna have a job? You know, because that's a big ask. That's a big question. Anyway, guys, this definitely does bring us to the end of our video. Now, if you do love and enjoy our videos, you will give this video a huge thumbs up, and don't be shy to comment down below and tell us or let us know which other series or drama you would love this channel to review. But of course, I will be see you on the next one, when of course I am bringing you more reviews. Till then, please do stay blessed, and I love you.